Hello, hello, and welcome to another episode of the
Latin
Latin
Voices.
voices.
Voices. Um, so today we have our following topic. So align and abundant and create income without compromising your values. So that's what we're going to be talking today. But before we dive into our topic, let's introduce ourselves. So hi everyone. My name is Sandy. I'm originally from Panama, but according to reside in Surrey, British Columbia, Canada. I also work in the movie industry, and I'm a proud digital business owner and mentor.
Hello, hi everyone. My name is Yesenia, but everyone knows me as Jessie. I'm a nurse by professional. I live here in Ontario, Canada, but I'm original from Cuba, and I also a proud digital business owner.
Hola, hello everyone. My name is Isabel. I am originally from Mexico, but I live in North Carolina, USA. I am a wife, a mother of three, a grandmother of two boys, and a digital business owner and mentor.
Thank you, Isabel. Thank you, Jessie. We also want to remind everyone that every Tuesday and every Thursday we have our live webinars. So if you want to learn how you can start your online business and start earning online, all you have to do is register in any of the websites that appear on the screen with your name and email address, and we'll send you that invitation to watch the webinar. So when you register into our website, you will get an email that has the link to register to the live webinar. So we'll take you to a page that has the button for Tuesday or Thursday, so you can register for either one or for both. Um, so our live webinar is every Tuesdays and Thursdays at 5 p.m. PST, 8 p.m. EST. So the second link that you get on that email is the replay link. So just in case you cannot attend our live webinar, you can watch the replay at your own convenience. We also invite you to our private Facebook group where you get to see more success stories from members of our community and more information about the business. Um, so, what are you going to be watching on the webinar? So, you're going to learn how our online business plan works. And also, you get to hear from the testimonials from the panelists, which are members of our community. So, they're going to be sharing with you why they decided to start their online business and how this online business has transformed their lives. So, let's find out who are the hosts and panelists for tonight's live webinar.
Okay, so if you're ready to learn more about this opportunity, don't forget to register on any of the websites on the screen so you can receive the link to watch the live webinar, or you can see the replay of the webinar if you don't have time to watch the live. Um, Today, our host will be Merlita. She's a manual osteopath. I don't know if I said that right. We have Taylor. She's a registered nurse, ER nurse. Jennifer is a school bus driver. And Karen is a former wedding planner.
Okay, so we also have Ashley. Um, she's work a construction manager. We have Shita, educator, and Kelly, it's principal recruiter in MNC. And as Isa said, is osteopath. The person I work with the buns. Anyway, so all these people are gonna be on a live webinar today. Remember, today is April 25. The times are 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. of the Eastern. So if you want to learn how to start a successful online business, just register with your name and email to any our website, and you will get access to the link for a live webinar. Okay, so just register and learn.
Thank you, Isabel. Thank you, Jessie. We also want to let everyone know that our live webinar has subtitles in 5 languages: Spanish, French, Tagalog, Vietnamese, and Arabic. And our replays has subtitles in several languages. Okay, so let's start. So, what is our topic for today?
All right, our topic for today is align and abundant. creating income without compromising your values. So if you're ever thought about like, oh, I will is it's not safe, it's not good to have money. So let's learn how to have the money at the same time you can keep your own values and live your life. Okay, let's debate.
Okay. Thank you, Jesse. So have you ever wondered or have you ever asked yourself, can I really make money and stay true who I am? And yes. And the answer is yes. So you absolutely can. So we want to welcome you to today's edition of Latin Voice, where we are diving in one of the most powerful topics yet, and that is how to create income that aligns with your values, your purpose, and your heart. So you don't have to hustle in ways that drain you. You don't have to chase money and lose yourself in the process. So you can be aligned and abundant. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. So let's talk about how. Okay. So many people believe that you have to choose between making money or staying true to your values. So, for example, we see here you might ask yourself, I don't want to sound salesy, or I want to help people, but I don't want to pressure them, or I care about impact, but I also want to earn. So, here's the truth: you can build wealth while doing what you love, helping others, and standing firm in your integrity. So it's not only possible, but it's the most powerful way to build a business that will last. So we're gonna be talking about the following points, and so we're gonna break down. So what are the points for today?
Okay, our points for today. Point number one: know what you stand for. Number two: choose a model that honors your purpose. And number three: lead with service, not sales pressure.
Yes, that's what we're going to be talking today. And we do have some comments here from RK Digital Online Marketing. Uh, he says, absolutely amazing business opportunity. Thank you, RK. Thank you for watching.
Thank
Thank you for your
you.
comment. We also have another comment from Lepajara Lejo. How many? Thank you for your comment. Maybe let us know what you mean by how many. Um, and we also have a like emoji from RK Digital Online Marketing. So thank you for your like.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay. So let's dive in into our first point.
Okay, our first point today is know what you stand for. Okay, this is really important. Before you can create an aligned income, you need clarity on your core values. So this is really important, so that's why we always, when someone wants to start the business, we start asking them why you want to start. We want to know what you stand for, why you want to go for it, so you can start aligning for the things that you value, the things you believe. So you're going to start, what do you believe in? What kind of impact do you want to make? And what are your non-negotiable in business and in life? So we all have that, and we need to have that, and we need to know how to put like that barrier for what is non-negotiable. Like every Tuesday at 8 o'clock. And it's not negotiable. I'm gonna be with my family, or every Wednesday when we have our mastermind. It's not negotiable. You have to be there, or you put yourself. I'm going to be there. I'm going to assist because I'm going to learn. So you have to know what you are, like the things that you can compromise and the thing you cannot compromise. So you can move from there. Let's hear from example. Maybe you value honesty, authenticity, family, or freedom. When you build your business around these values, everything feels lighter, more fulfilling and more real. Aligned income begin with aligned intention. So this is really, really important. And I think we talked base about this in one of our training last week. Is that true, Sandy? We were talking about, you have to, how do I explain this? Um, like don't focus on the money, focus how, like where you want to be, like, oh, like I don't know how to rephrase that,
How to
that
serve?
phrase. Sorry.
How to serve people?
Yes, like it was more in like a focus on how many people you help, or how many people can you change, and then the money will come, because that's what we are, we're in a business that we're like people, like a people business, and helping others, it will help us to, on the wrong way, to keep be relevant, to keep making that resilient income that we are looking for. So um sometimes, like, the intentions, like sometimes we, like, it's really hard when you start a business for the first time, not focusing on the money, because we all have that side that we all want, we always, like, we've been shaped that way, you have to go to work to get that money. So we always thinking at the end result of the money, but it's not about the money, it's what you can do with the money, and that it will, while we making impact, so we have a lot of people in our community, they're making 6 7 figures, and they do this business, because they love how they can help people, like how, and you can see how the money that they make from the business, they're using insurers, they're using um have a how you say that word, like, it's not serving, it's like, when you have a child to help in another country. I don't know how you say that word. Gosh. Anyways, in other words, so they are sustaining that person, or can be one kid, can be a family, in just to survive, And when you see someone doing that with the money they're making, it's not about the money, it's about the intention and how they can make the change, So that's one thing that I love about this business, because it help you to develop that human kind that we all have, but we always forgot in our 9 to 5 job, because we are like we're just thinking on ourselves, we're not thinking on the next person beside us. So that's one thing that I love. So always know, you know what you stand for, know your what you want and your beliefs, and see how can you implement it as well on the business, and or any entrepreneurship, or any ideas that you want to do in your life.
Thank you, Yessie. Yes. So this point is something that really comes close to my heart. Because we're talking about the things that align your values. The things that you stand for, the things that you are willing or not willing to do. And when I started this business because I wanted more time for my family. And so, what do I believe in is I believe in helping others. I believe in sharing this opportunity with other people, with other females, with other moms, so that they can have the life that they want, and have something meaningful, for them. And that's what I believe in the power of helping others and sharing what you have with others. What kind of impact do I want to make? I want to impact the lives of other mothers as well. I want them to have quality time for their children. I want them to be there for them, to be present, to spend time with them. And so that's my thing. I want to impact as many families as possible, so that they have a better future for them and for their kids through this business. My non-negotiables, before I never thought about this, because I was always so invested in working and going out to bring income home. But my non-negotiables today is I'm not willing to lose any of my kids' milestones due to me working for somebody else's dreams. If I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it for me. If I'm going to sacrifice time, if I'm going to do whatever, I'm going to do it because of my business, because I'm growing something that I own, and not because I'm trying to grow somebody else's dream. So my non-negotiables is time with family. I'm not willing to give up any family time for anything anymore. I already missed too much time with my kids. Now I have, my parents that they're retired. I have my grandchildren, and so I'm not willing to be somewhere else when they need me, or when I could be spending time, quality time with them. And the example here, maybe you value honesty, authenticity, family, freedom, uh, and that's something I truly value. I value my family. I value my family overall, more than anything. And what I want for me and for my family is freedom. I want to have the freedom to decide if we want to spend, Christmas here, if we want to spend Christmas back at home in Mexico with the rest of the family. I want to have that freedom for me to decide, and not to be thinking, can I do it? Can I afford it? Am I going to get the time? I don't want to do that again. So I always think that in this business, something that is going to make a difference is being honest with people, being upfront with people. And every time I do a live, anytime I post in my page, I'm always honest about how this business works. And a lot of people always ask, like, is it free? Well, no, it's not free. I'm always upfront with that, and there's nothing to hide. So I think honesty goes a long way, and we really need to have those core values to share with people the opportunity, but also to tell them, what's involved in this opportunity, the investment that they have to make and everything. But for that, there's a process. So you guys have to register, you have to watch the webinar. And if you're really interested in changing your life and making an impact in your family, I believe that you will be willing to do this, to register, to receive our business plan, so that you can learn more about that. What else is on here? Aligned income begins with aligned intention, and that is so true. I believe that it comes with aligned intention, but it really comes aligned with action. You have to take action. Like, you can have all the intentions that you want, but if you're not putting in what it takes to get something out of your business, you're not going to receive it. So you have to put in the work, you have to put in the training, you have to put in the time for the courses or whatever. So this point is something that, we could be talking for a long time, but I'm just going to leave it at that for now.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Jessie. We have another comment from RK Digital Online Marketing. So he says, I'm really proud that I am part of this business model, day by day increasing simultaneously. So check out, guys. Thank you for your comment, RK.
Thank
Thank you for your
you.
comment.
So yeah, you guys pretty much mentioned everything about this point. What I can say is, I think, uh, when we're talking about create and align income, align income begins with aligned intentions. It's like everything, like if you love what you're doing, the income will come because you're really
Mhm.
enjoying what you're doing. So if you believe in, in the business model, that's the first thing. Because it's kind of like, if you're doing a job that you don't like, you're not gonna really enjoy it. But if you love what you're doing, you're gonna enjoy it. So you gotta believe in what you're doing. So that's the first. And second, if you love to help people, you're gonna also enjoy it, because you're helping people, and you're impacting lives in many ways.
Mhm.
And in this business, you impact them in several ways, not only, helping them reach that financial stability, but also helping them, grow as a person, growing, developing that mindset that we don't have many times when we start this business. And like, you are empowering them to do things that they couldn't believe that they could do it, but they can. It's just a matter of, working on that mindset. The other thing, so non-negotiables in business life, family is non-negotiable. We all have talked about that. But if we also talk about the business, there's some negotiables that non-negotiables that we also don't let, like doing our training, doing our posting. Those are non-negotiables, because if you really want to have success in your business, you have to put the work for it. um, but you always have to also find that work-life balance, because that's what we're doing this. So we have that balance, because when we are working on a regular job, you don't have that balance. So that's why we want to transition from that job to be able to be our own boss and take ownership of our own schedule and have that balance that we are looking for, and that freedom and stability, financial stability. So that's pretty much I would say, because Isabel and Jesse pretty much they talk about it more deeply. So I don't want to just repeat myself. So let's go into point number two.
Okay, so here's point number two: choose a model that honors your purpose. There are millions of ways to earn online, but not all of them will feel good to you, and I think that's the main purpose, right? You have to find something that you enjoy, something that feels good, something that you're doing something right, right? Choose one that reflects your lifestyle, energy, and ethic. And I think that's a key word there: ethic. You have to be doing something that really involves ethic, because you don't want to be doing or making up stuff to people or scamming people or anything like that. And the thing about our business, is 100% legitimate. We pay taxes on our business, and so we're proud of the things that we're doing, and that's why we come live 3 times a week to share this opportunity with you. Otherwise, you wouldn't see our faces every day talking about this opportunity. um, Ask, does this business model allow me to help others while growing? And that's one of the things I enjoy the most, helping others. And through helping others, I'm helping them, but I'm also growing, I'm also learning, I'm also enjoying the journey. So I really like that. Ask, am I promoting something I believe in and would use myself? Absolutely. That's what we're doing here. Promoting something that we truly believe in and that we enjoy, and that we get benefited from the products that we have. Ask, can I show up consistently without burning out or pressure tactics? And that's what one of the things that I enjoy is, like, every morning I get up, I'm already fueled up, I'm ready, I'm motivated, full of energy, because I love this business. I truly do love it, and I have a passion for this. And every day I'm looking forward to the new thing that I'm going to learn for the day, the new thing that I'm going to be able to share, the new person that I'm going to be able to impact that day, whether it's through chats, messaging, calling, whatever. I'm always looking forward to that. And then an example is, that's why so many people love digital business, because automation and mentorship, like we have, we offer this in our business as well. We have automation. Most of the work for us gets done by our automated system. And then we have, the mentor program, where we have a mentor assigned to us, and they lead us, they guide us, and they're there to answer questions, to help us with things that we don't know how to do. um, they let you scale your income, offer real value, and still keep your boundaries and time intact. And that's a win-win for all of us, because when you can do this business and let the business adjust to your schedule instead of the other way around, it's truly a blessing. You don't have to worry about missing out, uh, like maybe you have kids and they have to go to school. You don't have to have somebody come pick them up, because you will have the time to take them yourself, to pick them up yourself, to take them to sports, to enjoy the afternoons with them, because you're the owner of your business, and this business will adjust to your schedule, and you will be able to work the hours that are convenient for you. So when your method matches your mission, you attract abundance naturally. and this is also true, you know, when your mission, attracts, because what is our mission, you know, at least my mission is to impact and to help and to really take somebody, you know, and show them how to work this business, how to do it step by step, and be there for them. So that's my mission, to impact as many mothers as I can and help them have that time with their children. So that's what I have for this one.
I love this, because not everyone are able to have a business, and not business is for everyone. And that's something that we know. There are model business models out there that we never would think about it, or like we would never like thought about like having it, or something that was working, but they are, because they are from someone else, they are it can be done from someone else. So it's just knowing like your ethics, and your lifestyle, and you will know what kind of business you want, so one of the things that they stand up this business, one was this question they have here, the guys, they were showing, does this business model allow me to help others while growing, and that make a difference for me, because as a nurse, if I'm growing, like if I'm studying or doing something, I will not be able to help others, because if you're not um have a skill, like if you don't have a skill that is being you've been tested on it, and you have a certificate for that specific skill, you cannot help that person that need that help, because you don't have the skill, even though you want to help them. you know or even though you are learning about it right now, you cannot help, because you cannot be responsible, because you don't have the skills yet. So there was something like, as a person, like I always love helping people. So I was like, okay, so I want always to get all those small skills, or those courses, or those certificates. I always wanted to have it, so be able to help, me as a nurse, having the skills and the certificate saying that can help you. So founding a business that I will be able to help others, at the same time them helping myself or growing, you know how amazing is that? How, like, you don't need to, like, just telling you that you don't need to be an expert, to support someone else. You don't need to have the 100% skills on it. Like, you don't need to be making millions of dollars at the beginning of the business to help someone else, because sometimes we just say, oh, I cannot help you yet because I'm not there. But that's not true. We all have our own skills and our own ideas and lifestyles. We are coming from different backgrounds that we can help and support each other. So that's one of the questions I asked myself when decided if I want to go to this business. So if you are out there, you are watching us, and you want to start a business, ask yourself these questions, so you can start aligning and you start seeing what kind of business model you want to be done. And this was one that sold me for this one that we're talking especially today. I'm promoting something I believe in, and will I use it myself. So this is really important, because we all know out there is a lot of, like, skin things and makeup and things that we know, that we see when they were like shutting down TikTok of 2024. A lot of these people, they want people to buy this, but they were not actually using it. They were not actually believing on that product, but they still were promoting it. And there were a lot of people, they were like, they were you actually helping, because that no actually work. So it's just about how you are, like, what's your ethic. Do you believe it? Why you believe on it? We believe it because we can see it. We're seeing other people's life change. We're seeing, like, we can see, plus we can see our own self develop, mentally, emotionally, and financially every day. So that's what I believe it. So I do believe in this business, and I know for sure it's a fact that this business can change anyone's life for the better, not for the worse. So another thing I asked, that can I show up consistently without burning out? This was really important. As a nurse, this was one of my pains. I always talk about it. I was getting burned out. I was getting exhausted. I was a new nurse. You always want to start working. You want to like put yourself out there so you don't lose the skills. So you start working, and you're working, working, working overtime. There was COVID time, so it was more stress because we was the unknown, the beginning of the COVID. Plus you were just part-time, or you were temporary, so they were not giving you the whole hours, or the whole benefits, but you were there all the time, so you were exhausted, you know, and I start seeing it in other nurses and other PSWs around me. They were having 2 to 3 jobs, and they were tired. They were exhausted. They have to be there because they need the money to pay the bills. And I didn't want to be one of those ones. I already was feeling it. I was doing double shift. I was doing working. It was one time that in 2 weeks, I think I just had one day off. But that's because we are so focused on that money. We want that money so bad because we need to pay the bills, and that's the only thing that we know how to do. Of course, you're going to work hard to get that money, but when you start learning there is other ways to earn money, boom, mind blowing. So I realized that I can put my own schedule. I don't need to burn out. I can plan myself. I have a life. I have my there are bunch of apps right now that you can put things on it, make it, and they will connect each other, and you can post all at the same time in different apps, so you don't have to post one by one. There are other ways that you can do the work effortless, and that's the main key. That you don't have to overthink, and you don't have to rethink too much, and take the most important like the most important that Isa say, and I always say, the one things that I always want is to have more time with my family. And if I want that, I had to find a way, found a business model that will allow me to have more time with them, to not lose the cumpleañeras, or the birthday party, the dinner, or just the movie on the couch with my family. So that's what it's all about. It. So if you are out there watching us and you're thinking to start a business, and you don't know where to start asking yourself these questions, and then start going into it, research mode. And we're telling you, we had the goodies. We had the mind goal. All right, so that's what I would give it to there. I have more to say, but that's it for now.
Thank you, Isabel. Thank you, Jesse. Just to add to what Isabel and Jesse say, so for me, when we're talking about this point, like for example, the questions, does this business model allow me to help others while growing? Well, that was one of the reasons why also, I work in the movie industry and I love what I was doing, but it got to a point where I didn't see myself growing anymore. So I was looking to do something, where I will enjoy it, I will grow, and like I can help others also, because that was the other thing. Like like sometimes you help others to train a job, but they don't have the same mindset. Like for example, in our business, people don't have the skills, some of the skills, but you are training them, but they're willing to learn. Well, in a job, when you're trying to train, they don't really have that interest, because they're just there like, okay, 8 hours pass, okay, now I have my money, my pay. So they don't really have that mindset of growing and learning. So that's one of the things that I found in this online business. We all have the same like mindset. We all want to be better, to grow as a person. And this business allow me to grow. Like I can see, from all of us that we are here, when we started at the beginning this journey to where we are right now, we're a totally different person. We have grown, because we have learned so many things, so many skills. We have worked on our mindset, and we keep learning and growing. So it's a continuous learning process, as we go. And that's what I love, because I wanted to continue grow, and I also wanted to have a purpose. I didn't have any more purpose what I was doing on my job. So this business also give me that purpose, the purpose to help others. Um, so that's the impact that we can make on other people's life. And while we help other people's, we're also helping ourselves, because you learn when you're teaching others, you also learning from the others. So this is like a win-win for both people. It's not only on one side. um and then, like for the second question, uh this is what we mentioned on the previous one. Like I was saying, when you're doing something, you really have to believe in what you're doing. Otherwise, you're not going to enjoy it. So why would you do something that you don't really enjoy it? A good example of that, like many, many years ago, like when I was in my middle 20s, um, I found I was doing another business, and I didn't really enjoy that business because, that was like selling. I don't like to sell, and that wasn't me. So I couldn't do that business, so I stopped doing it. But this one, I really love it, and I really believe in the business. We have proof, of the success. We also love the products. So I do believe in this business. So that's why we are here talking, because all of us, we believe in this business, and we can see the potential of this business that can do for many people's lives. So um, can I show consistency without burnout and pressure tactics? Yes, because when you love something, you don't have that. Like when you go to job, like, oh, I have to go to a job. I don't feel like it today. No, it's not like that. Like you have that energy to show up. To do the things that you love, because you love what you do. So in terms of the method matches your mission to attract abundance naturally. Well, when you love something and you do, well, the things that you have to do to be able to move forward your business, the rest will come naturally. Okay. So it's just a process that you just have to understand. It takes some time, but it will come. So as long as you enjoy and you do what you have to do, everything will align and everything will come naturally. So you don't have to force something. It will come to you. Okay. So let's go to the third point.
All right. Our third point is lead with service, not sales pressure. I love this. You know why? Because when I started this business, I didn't have no friend, like no friends. No, like I didn't want to be selling. I didn't want to be knocking doors. I didn't want to do that part. So I want people to come to me if they like, but I didn't know what to do. I didn't have a proven system to do it. So but I didn't want to do that part of like, oh, I have this. What do you think? So it's so for me. So people can feel your energy, and they respond to realness, no rehearsal pitches. And that's true. Sometimes when we're so accommodated to say, hey, this paint is blue and it will grind so good for 120 hours. You will say so many times that we get to the point that the person that's listening to you will not get an impact. You will get that enough results because just selling because you're just selling because you're just thinking about the money that we talked about in the beginning. You're not thinking about how this pain can change a greater life. How this pain can change your study. You have to make a meaning, you have to make it better. So to be real, like how to help someone to enjoy in this space. You have to be like, how can I help to that person to enjoy this pain so I can sell this pain? So that's what it's all about. So anyways, so share your story, share how your business changed your life. Be share your testimony, when you start any kind of business, and more online, it's more about reviews, and people can see the change, if that water or that tea or the juice or whatever it make you feel better. Just say it, and explain why, because people want to know why it's good, why it's good for them, because you have to tell them what's good for you. Start with yourself, and you will see how it will shine, like how we impact. Remember, you want to target, you want to sell it to people like you. So you are your best story, you are your own testimonial, your best choice. Okay, show up to serve first, educate, inspire, and add value. So this is really important, because it's not about selling just the pain, it's about explaining the value of the pain, how this pain can change their life. How can you inspire someone to decide that this pain, it will be the best pain to write the love history or the book or whatever, like to go to school or whatever the point is. I know it's meaningless because it's just a pain, but just I want you to put this in your daily life, when you start thinking on your business. Okay, it's not about selling the pain. Trust that when you lead, let me rephrase this, my poor English, and I'm not too good to reading and talking at the same time. Okay, let's try this again. Trust that when you lead with your heart, the right client will come. So if you do the right thing, do you follow the right step, you help people, you will start seeing how your life changed, because now it's not about what you're selling, it's about what are you changing, how you changing people around you. And then the clients, the people around those people, want the same thing that you have, want that change, so inspire with that. So you will see that when you do the right thing, you follow the steps, you do your training, you first of all you register with your name and email, you watch the 149, sorry, you watch the webinar, and then you follow all the steps. You will see, wow, okay, and now you can explain that, and then people around you want the same thing, because you they see your change, they feel how you change, and they want to feel like you're feeling right now. They want to be you. So you will attract the right client, you will attract the right lead or the right people that you want to attract. Okay, think about the last person you bought from online. Chances are it wasn't because they have a fancy sell pitch, it was because you trust them. You see them, how that beautiful lip was put, the lip balm was put, and how they make you feel. Oh my gosh, that's a nice pink. Or like someone talking about, let's go back again to the paint. And you see how they write, and how beautiful the calligraphy is, and how the impact of the paint on the paper. And that make you say, wow, I want that pain. So it's all about how you make people feel, and that is how you attract. Before, and a lot of people, like a lot of big companies, all of that, they're changing, you can see it. Before they were just selling, but now it's just about how they make you feel. So why these big companies, are changing, doing and putting this in practice, why we cannot do the same thing in our own business. So remember, trust create for transformation, and transformation create income. So if people see consistency, people see your story constant, they see the change, they see the transformation, they see that you're talking about the same, your values align, your belief is the same from 3 years ago, from 4 years ago, and you keep going, they will say, wow, I want the same thing, I want the same change, I want to be there. Don't tell me what, just sign me in. And we have mentees, they see our transformation. And that's how they got into, because they saw it and they say, I want the same thing. And there you go, you can make the sale and you create your income. So it's just be yourself, be trustful, be align everything with your belief, just be you and share your story, and you will see how things change.
Sorry, guys. Didn't know I was muted.
There you
Thank
go.
you, Yessie. This point, is really good because we can really go in depth with this one. It has so much that we can talk about. Lead with service, not with sales pressure. And that's something that the three of us are doing. All the time. We're doing service every day. We come out here and we share and we explain. And I don't know, we're always talking about our story. How we started this business. And so I think that that's something valuable that we can share with you guys, because you can see, if you've been following us for a long time, you can see the transformation that we have gone through. But let me start over here. It says people can feel your energy and they respond to realness, not rehearsed pitches. um, Share your story, share how your business changed your life. And most of you, because we've been talking about our story for the last year already. And we're always telling you the same story. We don't have to change our story remains the same. Why? Because we're not making it up. We've been real about it. The struggles that we went through, how we started this business with no background, with not knowing anything, and how we have learned in the process, how we have changed, how this business has impacted our lives, and how we're impacting other people with this business. So I truly do believe that, when you speak from the heart, when you really share the 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 core values that you have, other people will buy in because they can see it. You don't have to tell them, because a lot of times, people can tell you many things, but can you see it? Can you feel it? And that's the difference between somebody that is doing something with integrity, with honesty, with work ethic. We're over here every day trying to tell you, how it works, how it has changed, how we keep, learning every day, how we have fallen in love with this business that at the beginning, at least I didn't think I was going to be capable of doing, that I didn't think I had what it took to make it grow. And day by day, I've been learning. Day by day, I've been, gaining skills, getting better at things I need to learn to make it grow and make it successful. And then show up to serve first, educate, inspire, and add value. And again, that's what we do all the time. We bring all these different topics, we dive into different things and explain, point by point, to let you know how is it that it works. How is it that we have overcome our challenges? How is it that, you know we have bad days, good days, and we're still here, we're still going, we're still inspired, we're still motivated, and we still, have that goal in mind that we know we're going to reach, because we're working, we're putting the work in. We're every day developing and taking courses and doing trainings and all that. So, and then trust that when you lead with heart, the right clients will come. And that is the truth. When you're doing the things that you have to do, and you do it with heart, and you believe in the things that you're doing, and you believe in the business, you believe in the products or the services that you are offering, that's life changing. Because if you're doing something you don't enjoy, if you're doing something you don't believe in, then it's really hard to show up every day, right? Because there's no connection. But when the connection is there, you develop a passion for the things that you're doing, and you don't even see it as a job or as doing the work, because it feels like something fun, because it feels like something exciting. And you're happy to do it, you're happy to be learning, happy to be sharing, happy to be helping and impacting other lives. And then the example here is, think about the last person you bought from online. Chances are it wasn't because they had a fancy sales pitch, it was because you trusted them. And I'm sure you guys all feel the same way. But anytime you're on social media nowadays, and you're whatever you're doing, scrolling, whatever, you see all these ads, that everybody's trying to sell. And the thing is, who do you buy from? The people that you trust, or just the first person that shows up? The difference, I think, is that when you buy from somebody, first, I'm assuming you guys do a research and make sure that it's something legitimate, and you just don't go out and start paying right away, right before you find out if the business is legitimate, if it's really true, if you're really going to get a product or whatever. So that's something I would do if I was the one doing that. And then the last one, trust creates transformation, and the transformation creates income. And that is so true. I think that when I started this business, I didn't even believe in myself. I was like doubting, look, am I going to make it work? Am I going to be able to do it? Will I get the skills that I need? Am I going to be capable? And the thing is, trust creates transformation. When you start trusting the process, when you trust yourself, when you trust the company, the service, the product, you start seeing transformation because you already have that belief. So, if you trust if you trust the process, you will see the transformation, right? And then when you start doing the transformation, you start believing, then everything in you is going to start changing. And then people are going to be able to notice, right, that you know what you're talking about, that you're real, that you're honest, that you have ethic, all those things. And then they're going to start buying from you, they're going to start joining you, they're going to start asking about the things that you're offering. So it all comes in one. It's like one big package, right? So yes, that's what I have to add for this, Cross.
Thank you, Jesse. Thank you, Isabel. So you guys pretty much were in deep on this point. So just to add just a little bit, yeah, share your story, like we mentioned, before, and we have mentioned in other lives, it's very important because that's how you create trust. And we're talking about here also trust, lead with your heart, the right clients will come. So when you are sharing your story, people are going to relate to you. Um, and a lot of people are afraid to share their story because they think like, oh, my story is not powerful, people are not going to connect with me, but that's not true. Someone out there on the other side of the screen will connect with your story. So take don't stop yourself from sharing your story. Share your story because you will inspire or motivate someone else that will relate to you, to your story. And like well, Isabel and Jesse they mentioned, we are here to serve, so we always providing content in our social medias platforms where we are, providing things that will inspire, educating, in our lives too. We always bring you content that for you to get educated, inspired, and getting that insight behind the scenes of what like we do as a business owner. So you get that content. And trust, when you lead with your heart, the right clients will come. Yes, because um, if you're believing on something, and you show through you, because you're believing, people are gonna see that. And then because the other people can see through you, then they will get that trust to you, and then they will become your clients. So you gotta be authentic. You gotta, uh, you gotta be you, and you gotta believe in what you do. And that's what we mentioned on the first point. Like, um, when you love something, it shows. When you love something that you do, it shows on what you show on the screen. Um, so you have to believe, in what you're doing. And that's what the last point, when it says trust creates transformation, and transformation creates income. Because when you believe in yourself, when you believe in the business that you're doing, everything else will fall in place. Because once you have that strong, powerful belief and on what you're doing, nothing will stop you. Okay, and people are gonna see that through you. Because they're gonna see that you really believe in what you're doing. That the rest, the transformation will come. So you don't have to worry about that. You just gotta believe in yourself, believe in in your business, and just have that faith, and everything will fall in place. Okay, so what are the key takeaways of this topic?
Okay, key takeaways for this topic: align and abundant is the new standard. You don't have to compromise your faith, your values, or your peace to make money. You can build and build a business with integrity, create income that aligns with your soul, and make a difference while building a future you love. The world needs more heart-led entrepreneurs, and that includes you. So, yeah, I really agree with this. You have to do something that you enjoy, but you have to do it with your values, and always be at peace that the thing that you're offering, the things that you're doing, is really impacting in a meaningful way, other people, and that you have the integrity in the business that is needed to really bring people to something that they're going to enjoy, and that is going to do something great for them and for their families.
Yes, thank you, Isabel. So we have arrived to the end of our topic. So we hope that what we shared with you today has enlightened you, has inspired you, and you have a better understanding, of what you are required when you want to do something that you really love. In this case, like the business that we're showing, we really love and believe in this business model. So when you believe in something, yes, you're gonna have struggles and obstacles along the way, but the difference is that because you believe, you're gonna be able to overcome anything that is in front of you. And that's the difference. So you really have to enjoy what you do. That's one thing, like for example, I went into arts, and a lot of people say like, oh, arts, you don't make money on arts, it's something that is not stable. But I went for what I want, because that's what I wanted to do. I love art. So you gotta do what you love to be happy, and doing what you have to do, and everything will fall apart, in place, or not apart. In place. I used the wrong word. Okay, so want to say thank you to everyone that has watched the live with us today. And for those who are watching the replay, thank you so much. To our followers, thank you so much for being part of our journey, for believing in us, and for engaging with our content. For those who doesn't follow us, you can follow us up here on the top. So you get to know us a little bit more, who we are, and what type of content we post in our social media platforms. And we have one more, actually two more, like emojis. We have one from Robert Pip and Tony You Digital. So thank you for the like emojis, and thank you for watching. Um, we also wanna, like, if you love what we share with you today, when we talk about the online business plan, model that we're doing, and you're interested to learn a little bit more, we have a live webinar today. So it's every Tuesdays and Thursdays at 5 p.m. PST, 6 p.m. MST, and 8 p.m. EST. So if you want to learn how you can start your online business and start earning online, all you have to do is register in any of the websites on the screen with your name and email address, and we'll send you that invitation to watch the webinar. When you register, you will get an email, and that email will have the link to register to the live webinar. So I will take you to a page that will have two buttons, one for Tuesday, one for Thursday. So you can register for either one or for both. You also get a link to the replay. So just in case you can make it to the live webinar, because it creates a conflict with another thing that you have at the same time, that's not a problem. You can watch the replay and watch it at your own convenience. In addition to that, we also invite you to an exclusive private Facebook group where you get to see more success stories from members of our community and more information about the business. So now in the webinar, you probably wonder, okay, so what am I going to see on the webinar? Well, on the webinar, you're going to learn how our online business plan works. And also you get to hear from the testimonials of the panelists, which are members of our community. They're going to be sharing with you why they decided to start their online business and how this online business has transformed their lives. So let's find out who are the hosts and panelists for tonight's live webinar.
Okay, so don't forget to register so you can assist the live webinar, or you can register if you don't have time to watch it. We will still send you the replay for today's session. Our host for today is Merlita. She's a manual osteopath. Oh my God, Jesse, I will never be able to say that. Taylor is a registered nurse, ER nurse. Jennifer is a school bus driver, and Karen is a former wedding planner.
We also have Ashley. Uh, Sorry, I was laughing about the osteopath. Ashley is a construction manager. We also have Sheetal is educator, and Kelly is principal recruiter in MNC. So remember, if you want to learn how to start your own digital business online, just register any of our website with your name and email. We will send you the information. And today is Thursday, April 25. Our live webinar is at 5 p.m. PST, Pacific time, or 8 p.m. Eastern time. So just register, watch it, and learn, and decided if this business model aligned with your goals and aligned with everything on your life, and then make a decision if this is for you.
Thank you, Jessie. Thank you, Isabel. So our live webinar has subtitles in 5 languages: that's Spanish, French, Tagalog, Vietnamese, and Arabic. And our replays have subtitles in several languages. Okay, so let's find out what is our topic for next Thursday.
Okay, our topic for next Thursday is Real Talk, Navigating Setbacks Without Losing Your Spark. So don't forget to be with us next Thursday, same time, and we will be talking about this interesting topic, giving you more insight about our business.
Yes. We're going to be talking about how to handle tough moments in business and keep moving forward with faith and fire. So don't miss it. And now we do have an CTA.
Okay, so what value or belief do you want your business to reflect? Think about that. Let's build and align and abundant together. If you want the same that we want here, so just comment and let us know.
Yes, thank you, Jessie. Yes, let us know in the comments. And let us know in the comments if you want to hear another topic, from what we're seeing, or you want to, find out about something, or you have any questions about the business. Put it in the comments and let us know, or you can send us a private message. Saying that, I want to say thank you to everyone that has watched the live with us today. And we want to wish everyone a happy and blessed Thursday for those who are on Thursday, and a happy and blessed Friday for those who are on Friday. So thank you again. And until the next episode of the Latin
Latin
Voices.
voices.
Bye, everyone. Thank you
Bye,
for watching.
everyone. Thank you for watching.